welcome to Wrestleview Weekly, live here on the Wrestleview YouTube channel or on demand on the Spotify or the iTunes or the SoundCloud or however the heck you like listening to this somewhat beautiful voice. Hello, I'm Doug Lackey, veteran columnist of Wrestleview.com and this week's reviewer of SmackDown on Wrestleview.com and co-host of Wrestleview Live alongside the tremendously swank Mike Tedesco, where we cover all the major WWE pay-per-views of the times. Hello, everyone in the chat room. If you're in the chat room now, you better let yourselves be known right now, or else I will probably forget. Hello, Quentin. I saw Nafis Sadat in the chat room as well. Hello, Ebony. Hello, Andrew. Hello, everyone else who's coming in. Come on now. You're supposed to be stringing in now. Come on now. Come on. I know there's more of you coming on in. How you like the shirt? I fished this relic out of the closet. Remember back in the day when we all had, well, at least I did, had a tremendous thing for Damien Sandow and how we believed that he was the personification of all of us at WrestleView? Well, I thought I'd resurrect this great birthday present that I got from so many years ago. I really do love this shirt. It really does fit me well and makes me feel like fantasy booking and trying to predict the WrestleMania that's behind me. The over in Tampa Bay, it's going to be WrestleMania 36 or 35 or whatever over in Tampa Bay. WrestleMania, me matey. Yes, I give you the figure 4 with me peg leg. Yes. Welcome to Wrestleview Weekly, where I'm going to be covering reviews of Raw and Smackdown from this week. Maybe not try to go too hard on SmackDown because I had to review it on the Wrestleview site. Maybe not go a little too hard on Raw. Well, we'll go as hard as we need to go on things, brazzers. And some stuff over the news. Some stuff about the news to talk about as well. People signing up to the t-shirt company in Jacksonville. Also, man, the Milk Carton got a spring cleaning. The WWE Milk Carton got a spring cleaning thanks to the 50-man Battle Royale from last Friday's Super Showdown. It didn't get rid of everybody. There's some people that are still on there that haven't gotten off of it yet, but a lot of them left it. That's for sure. Speaking of Super Showdown on Friday, how'd we do? 9 matches were set on the card. We went a very healthy 7-2 for the Super Showdown, but those 2 losses were not locks. We unfortunately failed to decide the winner of the Battle Royale itself, and unfortunately we chose Triple H to defeat Randy Orton. But you know what? 7-2 ain't bad at all. So no tequila today, but we get to celebrate because we aren't having tequila, so we're having some very, very good sources today. It's going to be Captain Coke. It's going to be Captain Coke. You can see I've been tucking real hard on the Captain. No, I didn't drink all of this today. No, this is probably from the span of, well, if I say how long I've had this handle of Captain Morgan, then I don't know. Then I guess I pretty much confirm what everyone's opinion is of me. So, yeah. Cheers, Quentin. Cheers to us knowing shit about professional wrestling. And because we're riding this high, and because we know our shit, we're going to try again with this booking WrestleMania thing. But in order to do that, we also have to kind of look back on some things. Well, take a step back, see the forest for the trees, and realize what predicaments we're in right now. And predicaments that I really want to highlight before we start talking about trying to book WrestleMania right now is that sure, we are past the the shake up. Everyone's been shooken up. We're past a wild card rule where basically there's no such thing as brand recognition. It's all one show now. You can call it the Roman Reigns rule. You can call it the Becky Lynch rule or the Lacey Evans rule. But basically, it's carte blanche. Everyone's on every show. It doesn't matter anymore. So now that we know that the situation we're in, we also need to know that after Stomping Grounds, which comes up in 2 Sundays, we will be halfway through this year's pay-per-view schedule. And so we've got to kind of look at the pay-per-view schedule in conjunction to a lot of other things. And we'll talk about that on this show. And also, what are the current states of the rosters right now? And when I mean rosters, I'm talking Raw and SmackDown. What exactly is going on here? Okay, what do we need to prepare ourselves for? And what exactly do we have to work with? So it's a whole lot of stepping back and trying not to go overboard on effectively booking WrestleMania, but throwing hypotheticals out there. And also, what are we meaning to achieve with this big show? What stories are we trying to tell with the big show? And can we tell from the roster buildups right now and the programs that are going on right now what those stories are going to be? I mean, none of us could have picked that the Kofi Kingston story was going to be happening. None of us could have picked that. None of us could have thought that Becky Lynch would have the rise that she had. So, but we can only go with what we've got before us and what we have in store ahead of us. So, and I always talk in the third person because I have the chat room coming along with me. Hello, Clinton. Hello, CJ. So that's what's on the docket today. Yes, so cheers to us knowing a lot of stuff, and we're going to be showing it off. Also, my snap thoughts before we jump into the Raw and SmackDown reviews regarding Super Showdown. Okay. I understand, man, it gave people a lot of feels. There were a lot of feelings going on regarding Super Showdown. Okay. I first just want to talk about the positives. Okay. If there's a reason for you to watch Super Showdown, I'll give you 2 reasons. One, the Battle Royale was pretty cool. Okay. Everyone going bonkers over their home country talent, Mansoor winning. Of course, that's something to watch. But number 2, check out Triple H Randy Orton. Seriously, Triple H Randy Orton was not that bad. In fact, most of the matches that were on the card, except for the one that everyone talks about, was actually pretty good. For an exhibition show, Super Showdown was not that bad. I kind of equate it to, kind of shows that they used to air on pay-per-view or closed circuit when they would do shows in London that were not a pay-per-view, that were just considered, a big show. It was an exhibition. But also a little snap judgment that I want to give. Well, it's not snap now that we're, 5 days removed from it. I believe that Goldberg versus Undertaker was match of the millennium. That is the best match. And I believe it is a match that encapsulates everything about the state of fans of professional wrestling, especially older fans of professional wrestling, especially those that love to, harken back to the days, that love to, rest on their memories and try and say they want those memories to come back. That was a wake-up call. That's why I call it the match of the millennium. Goldberg Undertaker was fantastic in that it woke everybody up. Okay? Granted, they're in 100-degree weather. But you know what? Triple H and Randy Orton were also. I'm sorry, but Goldberg Undertaker was a fantastic match for everyone to remember. Okay? The next Saudi Arabia show is in November. What other greatests are they going to do? Okay, we've already done a great Royal Rumble. We've already done a great Battle Royale. We've had this World Cup stupid tournament that brought us the Shane McMahon character, which, quite honestly, is actually pretty good. So, what is going to be the next greatest thing? or what is going to be the next thing that they're going to do for the Saudi Arabia show coming up in November. I have no idea. Who the heck knows? We know it's not going to involve women. That's for damn sure. But also, how often are we going to be getting these feels for every Saudi Arabia show? We got 9 more years to go, guys. This is this is going to be a thing. They're going to keep on doing it. It's going to carry on and carry on and carry on. And you're not going to, you can't resurrect everyone. You can't give them the best ofs, okay? Sooner or later, this Saudi Arabia show is going to become a regular pay-per-view. And it's going to become a part of the regular pay-per-view schedule, which means they're going to try to build up storylines and programs to focus on the Saudi Arabia show. We did get that this year. We got that this year with, Dolph Ziggler and Kofi Kingston. We got it this year for a couple of weeks with Seth Rollins and Karen Corbin. We got it for a couple of weeks, with Braun Strowman and Bobby Lashley. But right now, it's looking to be like the Saudi Arabia show starting next year is going to be an actual part of the pay-per-view calendar. So prepare yourselves, because there are only so many greatests they can do. They're going to do a 60-man battle royale. They're going to do a 60-man Royal Rumble. They're going to, God, Lord knows what. They're going to give the largest game of Double Dutch. I don't know, okay? But, man, we're going to have to stomach through this, okay? But WWE needed the money. Can't blame them. All right. Enough talking about stuff from last week. It's time to talk about stuff that's happening this week and beyond. Strap yourselves in. This episode of Raw is going to be a doozy. This whole week of wrestling television for the WWE just had a very weird vibe to it. And if you want to call it Super Showdown Hangover, then so be it. But the whole vibe of this week's television has kind of been, hey, look at that, man. Seth Rollins leaping out of his boots to give some guy in a ref shirt a... Seth ought to be suspended for doing something like that. Why in the hell would he do such a thing? Well, I guess I'm going to tell you right now, aren't I? Raw kicks off with Seth Rollins saying how he beat Karen Corbin over at the Super Showdown. Then Karen Corbin comes out and says that no, that he didn't beat me. You didn't beat me. The ref beat me. And also Rollins talking about Lesnar a lot. So yeah, Corbin coming out and says, no, it's the ref's fault. And he says that he gets a rematch with Seth Rollins at Stomping Grounds, and he's asking for a special guest referee. And Seth Rollins says, oh, how in the hell are you going to do that? You don't have any friends. Who in the heck would want to be your special guest referee? Well, out comes Sami Zayn. Sami Zayn agrees with Karen Corbin that, yeah, Seth Rollins should not be champion, and start talking about hypocritical fans and hypocritical Seth Rollins and blah, 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 blah. And then Seth Rollins says, well, okay, Sammy, well, I guess I'll just come out there and punch you in the mouth, and who in the hell is going to have your back? And out comes Kevin Owens. And Kevin Owens agrees with everyone else, and then Seth says, okay, we're just going to have Kevin Owens versus Seth Rollins tonight for the main event. Yeah, that's what we're getting. And apparently Kevin Owens was a wild card, and he even joked about that because we all know, once again, there is no wild card, honestly. There is no such thing. No one's keeping track of this damn thing. No one's keeping track of the numbers of it. For reals. Okay? Yeah, don't mind me. I've just got to wipe off my glasses here. Oh, by the way, before I go any further, I'm kind of operating the show injured a little bit. Over at work, I found out that they sharpened the knives the hard way, and so I kind of cut my thumb a little bit. Do I want to really? Right there. sliced right through the fingernail and onto the tip of the thumb. So it was a bitch typing the SmackDown review yesterday. I'm just going to go ahead and put it that way. Okay. All right. Elimination handicap match. Lars Sullivan versus those wacky luchadors of the Lucha House Party. Lars Sullivan won this. It was a nice little smash and bash by Sullivan. Yeah, it was a nice little fun thing. Backstage, R-Truth and Carmella are being chased by members of the Raw locker room over the 24/7 title. They get in the elevator, and it's him, Carmella, EC3, Heath Slater, Cedric Alexander, and Drake Maverick all get in the elevator, and there's a camera, of course, inside the elevator because, 2019. But the problem is all these guys are chasing R-Truth and everyone to the elevator, but there's no referee. And so everyone's saying, well, go get a referee. So they go get a referee. Everyone else is getting into the elevator. They get in the elevator, doors close, and it stops. And so now we have, throughout Raw, we are going to have these segments of everyone trapped in this elevator and wacky conversations happening. And we realize throughout all of this that EC3 can talk. And there's been a lot of discussion about EC3, a lot over the Twitters, showing him, he's constantly holding a cup, but we don't know what the hell's in it. There's nothing in it. He's got this look of despondency on his face for the past 2 or 3 weeks, and here I am, Even they were showing differences in his entrances. On an episode of Main Event, I believe, on the WWE Network, he has completely lost his enthusiasm when it comes to his entrance. Instead of the usual pointing with enthusiasm to the EC3 that shows up on the Titantron, he's now just raise an arm up, throw that one up, and you can go up too. Yeah. A lot of people are trying to read too much into this. I am telling you for a fact right now, enjoy the ride. Enjoy the ride, kids. Okay? Don't read too far into it now. He was acting like that during the Block Party segment 2 weeks ago. If this was a problem, it would have been nipped in the bud immediately. And he would not be on television. So, don't worry about that. It's all part of the character, kids. It's called character development. Try having fun with it, okay? So we got the whole 24/7 stuff going on. Michael Cole is interviewing Lacey Evans and Becky Lynch in a stupid little split screen thing because they're going to have a match at Stomping Grounds. I completely went past that. I really did not care at all because the two have been talking at each other for the past month and a half, 2 months. It's gotten old now. Nicky Crossin is with Alexa Bliss, and Alexa Bliss says that she is tagging with Lacey against Becky and Bayley tonight, but she can't believe Bayley is doing this again. She calls Bayley the master of manipulation. She knows who the real Bayley is. When she started in NXT, Bayley was awful to her because of their different backgrounds. She would be nice if she needed something from you, but other than that, she'd alienate you. Alexa Bliss says that she can be Lexi with Nikki, and Nikki says she understands what it's like to be on the outside looking in. Bliss asks if she forgives her and if she'll be in her corner tonight. No, Nicky Crossin is getting taken advantage of by Alexa Bliss. No, that's so cute. Clinton CJ brings up a great thing in the chat room. The R-Truth segments on YouTube and beyond, even on TV, have been honestly the most entertaining thing with WWE programming so far. They have been absolutely fabulous. I love the 24/7 title. Everyone who's been bitching and complaining about it are now laughing at the segments that's happening. People wearing wrestling tights on a golf course. Getting beat from behind on the tarmac. Pinning someone in their sleep on an airplane. Dear Lord, even the stuff that's going on SmackDown, and we'll get into that It's fabulous stuff. Fabulous, fabulous stuff. An episode of the Miz TV with Samoa Joe is the special guest. This was all about the Miz trying to find out who Samoa Joe is looking to later on down the line to challenge for his U.S. title. But Miz also brings up, hey, why you give no respects to the Rey Mysterio that handed over the title to you? And why you beat up the son Dominic? That's kind of cheap to go after someone's family. And Samoa Joe goes, well, there's some lines that you have lines. I don't have lines. And if I got to cross lines to get what I want, I do it. Maybe I should talk about your family. Which prompts Miz to stand up. But then Braun Strowman comes out, says that he heard a challenge. He wants to give Samoa Joe these hands. Out comes Bobby Lashley saying he's not done with Braun Strowman. Out comes Ricochet saying that since he's last 2 wins against Cesaro, he should get a shot at the U.S. title. Out comes Cesaro and just punches Ricochet in the mush. This leads us to a 6-man tag of Braun Strowman, The Miz, and Ricochet versus Cesaro, Samoa Joe, and Bobby Lashley. This match is further proof. Right next to Big E, Braun Strowman is the best hot tag in the business. Such a fun hot tag. Bobby Lashley is a damn freak in the ring. Cesaro and Ricochet have their nice little spot segments, which get the crowd riled up and everything. But yeah, nice little fun 6-man tag. A pretty ugly 650 drop by Ricochet onto Cesaro landed on his knees and hip, which caused a lot of people on the Twitters to wonder if, actually if Cesaro was hurt. No, he's okay. He's no word on any injuries or anything like that. So just stop trying to make drama in the drama. Stop trying to make drama in the drama. Okay? You miss Sheamus and Cena hot tags. Oh, John Cena hot tags were fabulous. Sheamus hot tags were great. But right now, Big E and Braun Strowman, they got the hot tag biz down. They've got it really down. Yes, our tag match of Becky Lynch and Bayley versus Alexa Bliss and Lacey Evans with Nicky Cross in the ringside. The tag match. The bad girls win. Nikki Cross got involved in this somehow. Lacey Evans threw Nikki Cross in front of Becky. Lacey got the women's right on Becky. Then slaps it on Bayley. Lacey tags herself in as Alexa goes for the twist. Alexa tags herself in, goes for the Twisted Bliss. Bayley gets the knees up, but Lacey with the women's right again on Bayley. This time, Lacey goes for whatever they want. The bad girls want. Who cares? All right. Shane McMahon is backstage. In comes Sami Zayn. Apparently, right now, the McMahons that are running the show is just Shane. We haven't seen Triple H on the show since, Triple H was on last week to talk about his match with Randy Orton. Stephanie was on the show 2 or 3 weeks ago because, Money in the Bank briefcase shenanigans and introducing Shane McMahon, and then that furthers Shane McMahon's storylines. And Vince McMahon, we really haven't seen him since all of his shenanigans regarding the wild card. So, Shane seems to be the only one running the things right now. Yeah. So much for that storyline. Or if there was a storyline. See what I mean? There's a lot of stuff we got to talk about when it comes to Raw and SmackDown right now. Oh, man. Andrew saying the old school hot tags were fun too back in the day. Oh, yeah. The old school hot tags were just such fun. And they try to recreate them way too much with the wrong people. They've got it down now with Big E and Braun at the helm to do that. But Sami Zayn walks in Shane McMahon's office, which is just, the TV and the backdrop and the curtain. And Sami has an idea. He knows that Corbin hasn't selected the special guest referee, but believes that he should audition for the part. So in the Kevin Owens-Seth Rollins match, he volunteers himself to be an outside referee in sort of to audition for this part. Shane McMahon quickly obliges, and Sami says, man, Shane, you're a genius. So, yeah, that's what we're going to get, is Sami Zayn on the outside during Kevin Owens and Seth Rollins' match. You can only imagine what's going to happen here. Paul Heyman is in the ring, and he talks a lot of junk about, stomping grounds and Seth Rollins and, how it's going to be inevitable that he's going to win the Universal Heavyweight Championship. Yeah, that's what it was. Back in the elevator, R-Truth is with everybody. They're trying to play a game. Carmella takes off her cap and says no one can talk unless they have the hat. Drake grabs her hat and says he has to get out of here. He's getting married in a couple of weeks. EC3 says he's getting married. Asks, wait, you're getting married and I wasn't invited? Maverick says, yes, you are. You're the best man. R-Truth says he's worried about losing his 48-7 European television title, and he's worried about Hornswoggle. Maverick says he's not Hornswoggle. Fabulous. It's just funny shit, okay? This is probably the only entertaining thing that happened on Raw this week, okay? Seriously, this is great. That whole thing is great. And the EC3 look on his face, he's just like, okay. The Iconics are in the ring, and they're here to have a squash match against Lisa, Lace, and Alia Mia. Whatever Iconics went, there you go. Shane McMahon and Drew McIntyre are having another celebration because Shane won a match. They start talking about how Roman Reigns really stinks, and Drew McIntyre talks about how Roman Reigns really stinks. And before all of that, they say they're going to go and celebrate, but there's going to be an opportunity for others to join in their party. McMahon says they can. Shane says he is so intense and that's what he likes. They are here to celebrate. Let's celebrate. And what the best in the world trophy, they pour champagne into the trophy. Shane drinks out of that trophy. Drew drinks directly from the bottle. Then McMahon says they could be here all night, but the show must go on. So they have two individuals who could potentially join their party tonight as the new Raw Tag Team Champs, and that is the Revival. So out comes the Revival. They're about to drink some champagne, but Drew quickly yanks the champagne from their hands. Shane says, hey, you can't drink before your match. Come on, concentrate, focus, come on. So we have a triple threat tag team title match involving Kurt Hawkins and Zack Ryder, the champions, defending against the Usos and the Revival. This was your pretty fun and also pretty typical Usos Revival match with Zack Ryder and Kurt Hawkins thrown in for good measure because you want to have a title involved. Lots of chicanery, lots of shenanigans going on, but Jay climbs the top rope. Dawson tags himself in as Jay is on the top rope. Jay would land the splash on Ryder. Dash holds Jay's legs down from the outside of the ring as Dawson, who is the now legal man, pins Ryder. And so your new two-time WWE Raw Tag Team Champions, the Revival. Yay? Hey, Jamel. Yay? Maybe. R-Truth is still in the elevator. Maverick is worried about his marriage while Carmella tells him it'll be fine. EC3 says that true marriage is real and he's been married 5 times. It turns into everyone comforting Maverick. R-Truth says if they hadn't been chasing him around the world, they would have known that they have a lot in common. R-Truth calls Maverick Hornswoggle and they are family. They started singing as the elevator door opens and the referee is standing there with the other people. Fight breaks out as many go to cover R-Truth, but Carmella drags R-Truth into the elevator, and the elevator door closes as R-Truth gets away. Also, Cedric Alexander bringing up in there, hey, I'm from Charlotte, you're from Charlotte. Oh, yeah, that's really cool. Yeah. Fun times with people from Charlotte. Yes, the Firefly Funhouse segment. Weird. It's kind of weird. I'm not really going to go into particulars about the Firefly Funhouse segment. It was kind of weird. We kind of put it, well, all of the segments have been kind of weird. But it's starting to wear on me. It's now been, 4 or 5 weeks we've gotten of this? I think 4 or 5 weeks of the Firefly Funhouse. I think it's time to put it to a rest now. I think it's time. Hopefully next week will be the final one. With Stomping Grounds coming up, it would be nice. But yeah, Ramblin' Rabbit is killed by uh, Bray Wyatt with a giant sledgehammer. Um, yeah, it's a very, yeah. I really think that Bray Wyatt is really channeling like his inner Pennywise with this character. I think that's what we're going with here. And there's nothing wrong with it. Nothing bad about that. It's just, yeah. All right, Grash. See you later. Don't blame you. Let's see. Okay, finally, main event: Seth Rollins versus Kevin Owens. Sami Zayn is a guest referee. Sami Zayn would get involved. And Sami Zayn he goes to check on Kevin Owens during this whole match. Seth Rollins grabs Sami and Sami calls for the bell. That will end the match in a disqualification in Kevin Owens' favor. Baron Corbin got in the ring. He attacks Seth Rollins. Corbin grabs a steel chair. He goes to hit Rollins. Rollins with a kick as Corbin drops the chair, leaves the ring. Rollins grabs the chair and just wails on Sami with the chair. And that's how we end Raw. What did everyone think of it? 63% thumbs down. Why? Because everyone watches Raw. And I totally agree. Raw has been very, 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 very tepid. And we will talk about that in a little bit. All right. Now let's go to a fabulous review written by a fabulous person who worked injured. And it was really, really tough. I totally forgot the password to our Wrestleview Twitter account, so I meant to really go on that stuff too. It is really hard writing these reviews, I gotta tell you, because, man, thank God for DVR, but it's really, really, again, difficult to do it injured. So, all right, on to the Blue Show. All right, starting off this show with Miz TV. Miz starts it off by showing off this nice little meme shirt of his father, the baked potato head, putting up the Dukes, saying that's his mood because he's been given a script to read off of for tonight's Miz TV, given to him by Shane McMahon because his guests are Drew McIntyre and Shane McMahon. They talk a lot of smack to each other about things. Also, Elias came out and said and plays music and stuff because that's what Elias's character does. Shane thinks that The Miz wants another round with the best in the world, but in order to do that, he needs to meet some criteria. He first needs to beat Elias, then beat McIntyre, and then he'll get his shot against Shane. So first we get Elias versus Miz. Oh yeah, now you think about it, CJ, you're right there. That's the new 3MB. Yeah, it's the new 3MB. Yeah. So, Elias versus The Miz after the commercial break. Really quick little throwdown. Miz winning with the skull-crushing finale. But then Drew McIntyre bum rushes into the ring. He wants his match right now. But yeah, commercial break. We come back and, McIntyre is just beating the heck out of The Miz. Miz at one point gets back into the match with a DDT. Looks back, he's looking for the skull-crushing finale, but he's distracted by Shane on the apron. McIntyre takes advantage with the Glasgow Kiss headbutt. Follow it with the Claymore. 1, 2, 3. Drew McIntyre wins. Shane then grabs the mic and decides to give Miz what he wanted anyway. So it's Shane McMahon versus The Miz. He tries to pop up. Miz tries to take advantage of a distracted Shane, tried to give him a second, trying to give him the skull-crushing finale, but he eats a second rope with Shane running forward to hit his face in the ropes. After a kick to the face, triangle choke, tap out for the win. Shane McMahon runs laps. Yep. I kind of like this. I kind of like this giddy Shane. I kind of like this. Yes. After the commercial break, Daniel Bryan and Rowan, the WWE Tag Team Champions. Holy hell. What the hell happened with those two? Oh, they're tag champions now. They are in the ring, and they are there to give the crowd a treat because the two of them will be putting their titles on the line against the Yolo County Tag Team Champions in a title unification match where these two jobbers are wearing these cardboard belts. That's just great. The Yolo County Tag Team Champions. That's fucking fantastic. Fucking fantastic. Before Brian goes any further, Heavy Machinery interrupt. They're complaining about why Daniel, Bryan, and Rowan aren't answering their challenge. And then Brian says, well, I'll tell you what, if you want, you need to earn it. You need to earn the shot. So why not you go against the Yolo County Tag Team Champions in order to get it? They say, sure. Wham, bam, thank you, ma'am. Heavy Machinery win. After this, YouTube clips were posted on WWE's YouTube page of Heavy Machinery wearing the cardboard belts of the Yolo County Tag Team Champions. They need to carry this forward. They had better damn well wear these belts every time they come out to the ring. Every single time. Okay? I love it. Heavy Machinery is fantastic. Okay? They're right now taking the place of New Day on SmackDown when it comes to being the happy comedy act, the happy feel-good act, where New Day now main characters of SmackDown. So, yeah. People are big and mad about this. People don't know who they are, but what the hell? It don't matter. Nothing matters. Just fuck your shit. Fun things are fun. Carmella and R-Truth are backstage. They're paranoid as hell about his 24/7 title. The 7-Eleven championship is ruining my life, R-Truth says. A loud noise scares the hell out of him. And R-Truth jumps into an equipment box and, hides. Then we find out it's really no one. Then, come to find out, he is locked inside the box. He can't get out of the box. Carmella tries to get him out and everything, but a ref comes up to her and say, hey, your match is next. So, okay, she runs off. Then Jinder Mahal appears out of nowhere, saying in a falsetto voice that he is Carmella and that he is going to try to find some help for him. So, yeah. Carmella versus Sonya Deville with Mandy Rose in tow. This would be... I don't know... I know what they're trying to do with this program and everything, in that, Deville and Rose earlier in the show made fun again of Ember Moon, this time playing her Nintendo Switch and breaking it or something like that. Just making her really upset because she's so weird. But I know they're looking to team Carmella and Ember Moon up to go against Deville and Rose, and that'll maybe lead to something involving the women's tag team titles. I totally get it, okay? But this match was really supposed to showcase Sonya Deville, is what it was. And there have been a lot of people yelling for a push for Sonya Deville. Frankly, I don't see it. Nor do I see one for Mandy Rose anytime soon. They tried, but there just wasn't really anything there. So this is what we're getting now. Carmella would super kick Rose outside of the ring, but then she would get a step-up knee from Deville. Very well sold, very well delivered. And we get the 1, 2, 3, and Deville wins the match. Alexa Bliss is backstage talking to Nicky Cross again about how really ugly people are making fun of the two of them, and they're doing all of this while showing as much chest as they can. So, this thing is going on. Oh, and Alexa Bliss scheduled a match for Nikki Cross to face Bayley. So, yeah, we're getting that. New Day is making their way back over to the ring. Big E is back. Big E is officially cleared to go. He is back. And if he had a title run for every return, he'd be Charlotte Flair. Respect. No respect. Wow, that's a booking joke. Yes. So, they're there, talking smack about their 6-man tag team main event match they're going to have with Dolph Ziggler, Kevin Owens, and Sami Zayn. And, of course, Xavier Woods wants this to be a quick match so they can get back to E3, which they were at today and yesterday. During the day, I think they were there today. Dolph Ziggler comes out and he says mean words, and Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens. Well, Kevin Owens didn't really say anything, but yeah. Well, what's great is, speaking of, they were talking about enjoyment. Big E says that the three of them heartily enjoyed seeing Seth Rollins wear Sami's skinny ass out with a chair last night, and they proceed to yell, "You ain't got no butt meat! You ain't got no butt meat left!" I don't know what the hell butt meat is. I know I don't think I have any butt meat. That's why my back hurts so much. All right, but enough of that. They're going to be having a 6-man tag later. Bayley is backstage. She has nothing to comment about stupid comments about Bliss. She makes her way out to the ring. Time for their match of Bayley and Nicky Cross. But before that, Alistair Words continues to say words in a dimly lit room, but then he decides to open up a door and yell out there for people to acknowledge him and notice him. Pay attention to me. Yes, he embodies everything about anyone that shops at Hot Topic. Okay? He is just classic emo to me. Yeah. Pay attention to me. Notice me. I'm dark. I use large words. I listen to My Chemical Romance. Yeah. What I would like him is, I wish they had a shot of him actually sitting like the open door and he's in the dark room yelling from outside of it and people just passing by. Just people passing by. He writes poetry. That's right. He writes poetry and no one gets his music. And yeah, he's so misunderstood. What about me? What about Raven? Exactly, Jamel. Exactly. Bayley versus Nicky Cross in a non-title match. Just to showcase Bayley. Yeah, she wins the thing. But this was a nice little weird spot with Bayley getting the knee in the corner on Nicky Cross, clothesline to put her down, and then doing this rolling splash thing because RVD. I don't know. Yeah, this rolling thunder. Yeah, that's what it was. Rolling thunder was what that was. Yeah, rolling thunder. Don't you miss the mid-90s? All right. Anyway, Bayley would win that by pinfall. Jinder Mahal is back with a referee and a crowbar, but where the hell's the box? The box is gone. Where the hell is it? He sees people pushing boxes everywhere that are closed. Where the hell is it? Oh, Rolling Thunder was a senton. Oh, never mind. Yeah, I remember ECW. Where the hell's the box? Then Jinder Mahal finds a forklift operator. He says that all these boxes are heading to LA for next week. And he goes to the ref, okay, well, we got to make our way for LA. One of the boxes is seen jostling around, and you hear R-Truth yelling from inside it. Posted on YouTube and Twitter today, and I can't play them on here because of copyright stuff, but posted online was R-Truth from inside the box saying that he's hungry and he's scared, but he guessed that he will see everyone in LA next week. Please, for the love of God, tell me that we are going to get daily videos of R-Truth from inside a box. This is fantastic stuff. Okay, cannot wait. We get the Firefly Funhouse segment again. Apollo Crews is backstage to talk about the match that he never had last week against Andrade. Apollo says he's not going to forget what happened, and the first opportunity he gets to Andrade, then Zelina pops up and says it will be the last mistake he ever makes. And she insults him back and forth. And next to Apollo is Chad Gable taking notes with a brand new haircut. And I know he made his debut on 205 Live yesterday too. So Chad Gable off the milk carton. But he was already off the milk carton because he was at the Battle Royale over at the Saudis. So yeah, Chad Gable. Welcome back, buddy. Finally, your 6-man tag main event of the times. We get the return of the Unicorn Stampede with Big E in there. Big E hot tags for everyone to enjoy. Yes, here was a nice little exchange of drop kick on Kofi. Kofi rolling to the outside. Hey, the ref's not looking, Kevin. Could you get that for me? Thanks. Senton on the outside. Yeah. So, yep, that's good. But then Big E gets the hot tag, and Big E, Dolph Ziggler hot tags are fantastic. Okay? Fantastic stuff. What is, Andrew asks, what is Kevin Owens' gimmick now? I don't know. Despondent. I don't know. I think it's despondency is what it is. If he's an emotion, it's despondency is what it is. But nope, Trouble in Paradise for Mr. Ziggler. Well, that's how it is. And he would give it to Zayn as well. He gets the pin 1, 2, 3, and then thus your winners are the New Day over the bad guys. No poll to really show you here because I didn't really know what the Wrestleview password was. Not I yeah. All I really gather from it is that it's probably half and half. It really wasn't that big of a show, to tell you the truth. Again, this is a very tepid week of WWE TV, and I think it's hangover from the Super Showdown. But never fret, because next week is the go-home show for Stomping Grounds, where we don't really even know a whole lot of the matches that are going to be on the card. Yeah. So, well, actually, hold on. We know it's Karen Bourbon versus Seth Rollins for the Universal title with a special guest referee yet to be named. We know it's going to be Kofi Kingston probably versus Dolph Ziggler again. Nothing for the Intercontinental or U.S. title. Probably going to see the Raw Tag Team titles of the Revival against Ryder and Hawkins again. SmackDown Tag Team titles, Heavy Machinery versus Bryan and Rowan, maybe. Bayley versus Alexa Bliss for the SmackDown Women's title. Also, it'll be Becky Lynch versus Lacey Evans for the Raw Women's title. So I guess we know a card to some extent. You know, not really much to jump up and down. Oh, yeah. Roman Reigns versus Drew McIntyre also. Yeah, we're getting that. So, boy, can't wait for those go-homes, huh? Let's try to go home as quickly as we can. Let's get to the news. Ugh. I feel like I need a refill, guys. So let's do it. While I talk about. So before the show over in Saudi Arabia last Friday, the WWE decided to bring Natalya and Alexa Bliss with them to try to negotiate the good, open-minded people of Saudi Arabia that are part of this 2030 Arabia campaign that's about open-mindedness, entertainment, and stuff. You know, to try to entice the good people of Saudi Arabia, they would like to put on a show involving women. They would like to involve a women's match. You know, what would be the harm in that? You know? Oh, yeah, I'm sorry, over in Jeddah, North Dakota. I'm sorry, that's where they went. Jeddah, North Dakota. My bad. My bad. Yeah, other than commentator Renee Young, Natalya and Alexa Bliss are the second and third female performers to travel to Saudi Arabia. Those were the only 3 female performers that went to Saudi Arabia. There are pictures to prove it. So they tried to get them a female match. No, that didn't happen. According to the always knowledgeable Dave Meltzer, Dark Overlord Dave Meltzer, Natalya versus Alexa Bliss match that the WWE was hoping to take place was not approved by the Saudi Arabian government. Also, per that same report, at one point, the Saudi Arabian government indicated WWE could have their first women's match on the show, but then they wavered on it. So, sorry. You're going to have to wait maybe until November. Yeah, AEW Meltzer. Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, Dark Overlord Meltzer brought to you by AEW. Also, at Super Showdown, Goldberg knocked himself out during the match on Friday. He mentioned this on the Twitter. This was during a turnbuckle spot. That would include Goldberg dropping Undertaker on his upper shoulders and Undertaker delivering a really bad tombstone. Goldberg on his Twitter said on there, knocked myself out and thought I could finish. Love my fans, but I let you down. Everyone else that found pleasure, I hope you're happy. So, hey, yeah, I didn't find pleasure in that at all. In fact, the match should have stopped. You should just ended it right then and there. Oh well. Akam is back. He is off. He's off the schneid. He's off of injury. AOP is back together. They were in the Battle Royale, as well as Sin Cara. Sin Cara, back from injury, appeared at the Battle Royale. So, yeah. WWE star Ali announced that he was going to be donating all of his pay from the Super Showdown to charity. He announced this on his Twitter that he received his earnings today, and he's donating them to the Charity Water website. It's an organization, a nonprofit organization that brings clean and safe drinking water to people in developing countries. Awesome to him. Hey, man, let Titus O'Neil be Titus O'Neil, but you can do whatever you can, okay? You're not going to take away the savor of the planet. I'm sorry. Titus O'Neil has got you covered by a lot, Ali. But you go ahead and keep doing you, dude. I will not argue with that. Yes, Ryback has words. Talks about how he left the WWE. There's an interview out. If you want to go check it out, go right ahead. Yeah. That's all I've got to say about that. I'm not going to try to sell what he's selling. Sami Zayn is partnering with the Syrian American Medical Society, and he's launching a fundraiser. He launched a fundraiser last week on June the 7th, while he did not attend the Saudi Arabia show in North Dakota for apparent reasons. He's partnering up with the Syrian American Medical Society in an effort to launch a mobile clinic in Syria to bring medical aid to those in desperate need. Zayn began his fundraiser back in 2017. He raised over $35,000 for them and the mobile clinic in Syria. The mobile clinic has helped over 8,000 people since it was launched in Syria. Yeah. So, yeah, awesome. More power to him too. I love seeing guys doing charity work like this. I really, really, really do. Really, really do. Ring of Honor is investigating some fan intimidation situation with Bully Ray from over the past weekend. I am not really going to go into the specifics about this situation. You guys can go ahead and read about it for yourselves on Wrestleview from the past weekend. I decided not to really touch base on it because there's a lot of he said, she said, people trying to make themselves look good for no reason, trying to make themselves look bad for no reason. So I'm just saying that Ring of Honor is investigating a lot of crap when it comes to fan intimidation. Not just with this, but with many other situations that are arising at their shows. There are fans that are taking the wrestling stuff too seriously, and what I mean too seriously is, yes, of course you're supposed to yay and boo the faces and the heels, but you're not supposed to personally insult them. You're not supposed to spit in their face, okay? You're not supposed to do that. You're in your seat, you boo or yay. Don't get out of your seats and get in their face. And more to the point, performers should not even be allowing that conduct to even happen. Because the way that happens is you acknowledge them and you approach said fan who's being ugly. Okay? The way that you handle these kinds of situations with unruly, obnoxious fans like this. Hey, Kit, don't get fired if you're listening to me from work. Please don't get fired. I like your job. I don't know what your job is, but I'm sure I like it. The way that you solve obnoxious fans at professional wrestling shows is you try to get an usher's attention, or, you try to get other people's attention other than the performers themselves. That just makes it worse, Pardon me. Dry mouth. Love my sources. Yes, the video of R-Truth losing his WWE 24/7 title to Jinder Mahal in the airplane flight was very, very fun. Please follow these videos. They are freaking hilarious. Also on the news front, posted yesterday by good friend Jerome of the website, Sean Waltman is teaching again at the Performance Center. He's gone back to teaching. He's not with the AEW stuff. He's actually going to do some good work in wrestling instead of trying to, sell himself. There's a way to make a good buck, Sean. Seriously. So, yeah, he's back to teaching over at the Performance Center. Looks like a happy camper. Also, 3 NXT stars got new names. Garza Jr. posted on Twitter that he is now being called Angel Garza. That is the son of Hector Garza. ACH, who used that name in Ring of Honor, was using his real name, Albert Hardy Jr. Since his debut at NXT live events this past March, he's posted to Twitter that his new name is Jordan Miles, is ACH's name. And finally, Jonah Rock posted to Twitter that his new name is now Bronson Reed, but noted that he's just going to go by Bronson. So, not a problem there. Also, if you also want a good laugh on the Twitter, aside from if you want WWE fun, go check out the 24/7 shenanigans with R-Truth. If you want NXT fun shenanigans, check out Stokely Hathaway's Twitter account with NXT. There has been a saga going on for the past 4 months about who stole his CD player. And he approaches all of these people with NXT, like Adam Cole, Shayna Baszler, the Street Profits. He's approaching all these people trying to find out who stole his CD player. It is absolutely hilarious, okay? I cannot wait to see Stokely Hathaway on main TV, okay? I cannot believe I'm saying this. I'm genuinely excited about this character, this performer. I believe he is the actual, Corey Graves tries so damn hard to do it, but he could be close to the second coming of Bobby the Brain Heenan with how funny he is, okay? With the situations that he puts himself in, being a manager, okay? He is going to be fantastic, okay? This guy is hilarious. I cannot wait for him to make it to NXT TV and the main roster. I'm so excited to see him, okay? So, get my endorsement, okay? Stokely Hathaway. Check him out, all right? I know he's been in the indies. I know he's been doing it for a while. I'm a casual fan by heart, okay? So, I love it. Absolutely love it, okay? Also, news on the injury front. It was reported while I was on air last week, but go ahead and make it official now. Mickie James is undergoing ACL surgery, and there is no timetable for when she may return. They believe that she suffered the injury over the previous weekend in a match against Carmella in Waco, Texas on Saturday. She was replaced by Zelina Vega in College Station, Texas on Sunday. She revealed the MRI results last Monday. No timetable has been set. So, yeah. So, all those Milk Carton hashtags, yeah, that's not so funny anymore. Yeah, sorry. There are lots of other names I thought I would add to the injury list. Don't know if there really works or not, but they are there just so that we know and we don't forget. Jason Jordan, we don't know what the hell's going on. Just say he's retired. Get him off the main roster page. Vaughn Dongho, torn labrum. He was supposed to have been back 4 months ago. Don't know what's going on with him, or else he's just riding out his contract. Tomato Chomper, neck surgery. Doing really well on the rehabilitation. Not slated to be back until December, but he may be back sooner than that. So keep your hopes up on that one. Ronda Rousey, a broken hand, but not a broken fetus. That didn't come out right. She wants a baby. We'll go ahead and put it that way. Ronda Rousey, she's probably not going to be expected back till WrestleMania 36. That's my guessing on the timetable on that one. Nia Jax is undergoing incredible progress on the repairing of both ACLs. She is due to be back around Royal Rumble times, but looks like she might be back sooner than that too. Not sure, but the Royal Rumble timetable is a conservative one. Jeff Hardy, knee surgery. He's not going to be back until Fastlane of next year. Dominik Dijakovic, torn meniscus. He's not going to be back until next month. He was supposed to have faced Velveteen Dream over at NXT TakeOver, blah, 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 blah. But that did not happen because of the torn meniscus, so instead we got Tyler Breeze. Ruby Riott, bilateral shoulder surgery on both shoulders. She is not going to be back until the Royal Rumble times. It's about the same kind of surgery that Sami Zayn had last year. Mickie James with her ACL surgery, probably putting a timetable for Survivor Series is what we're looking at here. I think that's just me. AJ Styles with a hip injury. I'm calling this a hip injury by AJ Styles because that was the initial injury that he received in his match against Randy Orton at WrestleMania earlier this year. 2 weeks ago, he was written off TV saying that he was injured, and that's when Baron Corbin popped him in the face in the trainer's room. So there's that. Rey Mysterio needing shoulder surgery or a shoulder injury. We're not sure about that. Storyline dictates that he relegated his U.S. title on over to Samoa Joe. So I guess we're either waiting for Rey Mysterio to be healthy or his son to be healthy. One of the two. We don't know. So those are all of the people that are hurt, that got boo-boos, that have got Band-Aids, like, or injured like me. Yeah. It's not cut all the way to the bone on my thumb, but it's just a wicked slice, but you'd see the angle that it is with my thumbnail. Okay, never mind. But enough about the people who are injured. What about the people who are perfectly healthy? What about the people who aren't injured? What about people who haven't been on TV or a pay-per-view of the WWE's for, say, 3 weeks? What about them? They end up on a very special list. It's a special list for special people. It's a special list that's called the WWE Milk Carton. Or as maybe some of us would like to call it, this list was at what should actually be called those that are not vying for the 24/7 title. Jama! Yeah, I'm on the 10-day DL. Maybe. I guess I'm day-to-day. Yeah, I think that's it. But those people that I'm about to list are vying. That's right, Andrew. They are vying for the Milk Carton Championship. Who is chasing the champion? Can they catch him? Let's find out. Oh my God, I'm running away. I hope I don't get trapped in a box. It's about as good as I could get right there. All right, here we go. Milk Carton times. Not really a whole lot of changes, no new additions to the Milk Carton, but a lot of people leaving the Milk Carton thanks to the Battle Royale of the Super Showdown and the 24/7 shenanigans. Asuka. We have not seen her since May the 14th when her and her best friend Kairi Sane defeated Sonya Deville and Mandy Rose on an episode of SmackDown. Oh, hey, there's Kairi Sane right there. She's a spunky little bowl of noodles. Lana. We have not seen her since she was standing at ringside for a match between Kofi Kingston and Shinsuke Nakamura on SmackDown on April the 23rd. However, Nakamura and Rusev were in the Battle Royale at Super Showdown. So they are off the Milk Carton, but Lana stays on there. So, yeah. Alicia Fox. We haven't seen her since her botcherific match with Becky Lynch on the April 22nd episode of Monday Night Raw. Expect to see her name announced in spring cleaning. I'm sure she's on a tropical island somewhere with her hippie guitar-playing friend, sipping pina coladas, doing stuff. She may not be pretty. I'll just put it that way, with how much she might be drinking on that island. Leo Rush, go ahead and insert all of your innuendo and gossiping here. Yeah. You know, we haven't seen him since April 15th, since he was at ringside for the six-man tag during the Superstar Shakeup stuff. It doesn't really look like he's missed. And I've got a feeling we're not going to see him either. We're going to be seeing some spring cleaning with that. If you're all asking, though, Aiden English is right now commentator for 205 Live, so he's got a steady gig. Yeah, so there you go. Yeah, Leo Rush, man, I don't know what it was that got him off TV. I don't like believing rumors. I don't like looking into innuendo or anything like that, but man. Ugh. With Ruby Riott being injured with her bilateral shoulder surgeries, Liv Morgan. No, that's the Aerosmith singer's daughter. No, Liv Morgan. Liv Morgan has been doing dark matches for SmackDown shows. Recently had a match with Ember Moon at last night's SmackDown TV tapings. So she's still in action. But because we just got to find a place to bring her in. We don't know how. We don't know where. Sarah Logan, on the other hand, I have heard no word about what kind of work that she's been doing in house shows or dark matches. I don't know. Unless we are really waiting for Ruby Riott to come back, and it's going to be a long time. So we've got to find something to do with her. Maybe pair her up with the Viking Raiders. The Viking Raiders were on the WWE Milk Carton, but were part of the Battle Royale at Super Showdown, so they are no longer on the Milk Carton either. Sheamus has not been on television since April the 9th in a 6-man tag of the post-WrestleMania SmackDown episode. Rumored that he had concussion. He hadn't passed protocol. We are beyond that point now. We have no idea what's going on with Sheamus, to tell you the truth. The way it looks to me, he's riding out his contract and he may have just one more big to do and then call it a day, is what it looks like to me. I'm surprised we can even find him. You're very true. The Ascension. We haven't seen the Ascension since WrestleMania in the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal. These would be two guys I would have been expecting to be chasing after R-Truth for the 24/7 title. These segments are made for them. I don't know what's going on with them. I'm kind of let down by that. Harper. He's riding out his contract, riding it out because due to injury time with his wrist. He had been doing some dates for NXT. Last appeared at the Battle Royale at WrestleMania. Not sure what's going on with him. I think he may only have about another month or 2 months to go on his contract before it expires. I would expect his contract to expire here sometime around Labor Day. It's probably what I'm looking at. So, yeah. He was a good act, too. He was a real good, dependable act. I thought of him as the new Kane. But age can do that. Rhino. Haven't seen him since the Battle Royale at WrestleMania. Yes, he's looking forward to retirement coming up soon, so nothing to really worry about there. Sasha Banks. We haven't seen her since WrestleMania, since that 4-way tag team match for the women's tag team titles. No word, nothing going on. She's taking a good long break. I really hope that she's refocusing because the entire beginning of the year involving her leading up to WrestleMania, she was the absolute shits. She couldn't wrestle herself out of a box full of styrofoam peanuts. So, what are we to think? I've got my thoughts on what may be coming up with her, but I don't know. Right now, I don't know what's going on. We don't know if she might even be coming back, to tell you the truth. She sure as hell ain't missed. Killian Dane. Haven't seen him since April the 2nd. The go-home SmackDown for WrestleMania, where he was part of a 3-on-1 handicap match of his Sanity Brothers versus The Miz. Haven't seen him since. No word on what's happening, really. Yeah. Oh, Andrew saying she shot a video for WWE 2K20. Oh, well, okay. All right, well, okay. Well, she's still part of the company. Good for her. Just going to be cute to see what the hell happens with her. I don't give a damn about her drama, to tell you the truth. All I care about is her not hurting somebody in the ring. Primo Cologne. You would think that the Battle Royale at Jeddah, North Dakota would have gotten him off of the milk carton. He was in the Greatest Royal Rumble last year. You would think this would get him off the milk carton, but no, he's still on it. He's been on it since March the 26th. You would think. But no, he's still on it. And then finally, who are all these people chasing for the milk carton 24/7 championship European television 7-11-48/7? Who are all these people chasing? It is the stalwart of the milk carton. He is not the cardboard. He is the glue at the very top of the milk carton where you got to pry open the cardboard so you get the triangle folded out so you can just chug the thing. He is the glue that keeps this milk carton together. He is the epitome of the WWE milk carton. No one has ever been on the milk carton this long. And it's Epico Cologne. We have not seen him since November the 18th from the tag team elimination match of Survivor Series. He has gone beyond Bray Wyatt. All right. Close to, well, no, actually, no. Bray Wyatt's longer. I think Bray Wyatt's about 9 months. He's about 9 or 10 months. Yeah, Bray Wyatt is 9 or 10 months. Epico, okay, the Colognes were over at the Brazil tryouts for the WWE Performance Center. No, I totally get that. I'm sure they're still part of the company. I'm sure they are agents or whatnot. I totally get that. But if they are, get them off the main roster. A lot of these people I have named are on the main roster and haven't done anything. And Doug, why are you having such a cow about the main roster page? No one pays attention to the main roster page. You know, the people that I pay attention to the main roster page because a lot of arguments that are made about the WWE product are based off of the roster itself. And when the only form of information that we have to construct really sane, logical arguments and discussions about WWE's product is based on the information that they give us. And the biggest form of information they give us is their website. And on their website is their main roster page where it is just a cacophony of people. Okay? Announcers, ring announcers, backstage interviewers, random 205 Live talent, random NXT talent, random NXT UK talent. Why Oney Lorcan is on the main roster page, I don't know. I just don't have him on the milk carton because he's never appeared on mainstream TV yet. Tyler Breeze is still on it, but now he's officially part of the NXT roster. Aiden English is still on the main roster page. He's a commentator for 205 Live. The WWE main roster page is approaching TNA levels of insipidness. If you all remember back from my podcasts of Reality for Ringside Radio with the Wrestleview VIP days, I had the TNA milk carton to where they had performers on their roster page that were signed to different companies that were no longer part of their company. They had Shark Boy on the TNA main roster page, and he hadn't been on TV for over 2 years. Okay? So, that's why I kind of do this. That's why I do this segment. It kind of harkens me back to the 3R days, you know. I try my hardest not to do the intro like 3R, but I got to feel if I tried, then the YouTube Gestapo would get on me because I'd be using a copyrighted song for the intro. So I can't really do that. So yeah, oh well. All right, that's gonna do it for the milk carton. The show is moving along quite briskly. All right, so behind me, WrestleMania. Shiver me timbers. Oh, give me concubine. Ah, yes, WrestleMania. We tried booking WrestleMania. I think it was about 2 months ago, following the Superstar shakeup. You know, but now the shakeup is come and gone, which now it means absolutely nothing because there's a wild card rule now. Money in the Bank has come and left us because now we have a Money in the Bank champion. Money in the Bank champion. We have people with the briefcase. A person with the briefcase is what we've got. So, kids saying New Horizons Wrestling had Kevin Owens on their roster. I'll grant you, Kit, New Horizons Wrestling being an independent outfit and everything, but they don't have the mainstream television that TNA had. TNA had mainstream television, and in order to promote themselves, they had their website, and on their webpage, on their main roster, they had a bunch of people that were on WWE's roster. So there you go. But anyway, booking WrestleMania. Stuff has passed by us. Stuff is coming our way. How do we sort through all of this to effectively book WrestleMania right now? WrestleMania is already booked. Stamford boys have got that sucker booked. Okay, it's on their whiteboard. They do it every year. It's already in the books. So we're going to try to figure it out. Let's try to book WrestleMania. Oh my God, give me my sources. Okay. Oh God. You know, Doug, you work so hard on this show. You would think that you would get your damn background images correct. Yeah, let's just keep it like that. There we go. Sorry about that. Yeah. Okay, so WrestleMania. We are now, once Stomping Grounds has left us, and that's going to be in the next two Sundays from now is Stomping Grounds, we will be officially halfway through the WWE pay-per-view calendar for this year. What is left on the pay-per-view calendar for this year by the WWE? July 14th, we've got Extreme Rules coming out of Philly. August the 11th, SummerSlam coming out of Toronto. September 15th, Hell in a Cell coming out of Atlanta. October 6th, Clash of Champions out of Sacramento, where they just had SmackDown last night. November 1st is the second Saudi Arabia show. November 24th is Survivor Series out of Chicago. And finally, December the 15th is TLC out of Minneapolis, Minnesota. So, effectively, 6 pay-per-views and an exhibition show, all coming up this year after Stomping Grounds. Halfway point, right? So now would be a time to try to book WrestleMania. Before we even do that, of course, again, I went over, the remaining pay-per-view schedule. But more importantly, I'd like to look over what the remaining TV schedule is. What are the next cities that the WWE has got booked for Raw and SmackDown coming up later on down the line? Well, here we go. So next week, we've got Raw. Let's see. Dang it. I had it all set up. There we go. We got Raw coming out of LA next Monday. After that, Everett, Washington. And that is going to be, June the 24th. Yep, that's going to be following the Stomping Grounds pay-per-view. July 1st, we are in Dallas. July 8th, we are in Newark, New Jersey. That's going to be the go-home for Extreme Rules coming out of Philly. July 15th, Uniondale over at the Memorial, Nassau. Oh, that's going to be a big show. If it's out of Nassau, it's going to be a stupid show. Stupid show for the post-Extreme Rules Raw. Coming out of Tampa, Florida, July 22nd. Then July 29th, Little Rock, Arkansas. That's going to be a throwaway episode of Monday Night Raw. Then August the 5th, we have got them going out of Pittsburgh. That will be the go-home show in Pittsburgh. That is the go-home show for SummerSlam. And then here we have SummerSlam weekend going on in Toronto. And then the last one they show here is August the 26th, coming out of New Orleans. So we've kind of skipped a week there. We don't know what they're doing on August the 19th for Monday Night Raw. But looking at these dates that they've got left, they've got the Go Home in LA coming up next week. So that might be Brock Lesnar's going to be appearing at this show. Will he be announced as a special guest referee? Maybe. Everett, Washington show after Summer Stomping Grounds? Not really. That doesn't sound like that big of a show. Dallas, Monday, July 1st? It could be a decent show. Newark, July 8th. That's going to be the go-home going into Philly's Extreme Rules. Not so much. Nassau, post Extreme Rules. That's looking to me to be like a barn burner right there. Tampa, Little Rock, Pittsburgh, that's the go home into SummerSlam. SummerSlam right now, to me, looking at these dates and the locations, is looking rather tepid. Okay? Not looking very good. And then finally, we don't know what they're doing post SummerSlam. So that's Raw. That's where Raw is going to be. What about SmackDown? Well, SmackDown, we've got SmackDown coming out of Ontario coming up here on June the 18th. That's the go home for Stomping Grounds. Look at this again, okay? LA has got the go home for Stomping Grounds for Raw, but the go home for SmackDown is all the way in Ontario. Unless I'm thinking Ontario, California. Citizens Business Bank Arena in Ontario. Do we need to really look into this to make sure this is not featured superstars that are going to be there? Let's buy tickets. Let's find out. Unless anyone's from California. Well, looks like we got some open tickets here. $20 a piece going on in seats 102 there in the corners. But yeah. It's California? Okay, Gills. Yeah, I'm not familiar with California that much. I know my girlfriend Deanna would be. That's where she's from. But Ontario, California. That's what threw me off. California, why can't you name yourself after American cities? Just a little favor that I ask. All right, Ontario, California has got the go-home for Stomping Grounds. Portland, Oregon, going to be the post Stomping Grounds show for SmackDown. San Antonio on July the 2nd. July 9th, Manchester, New Hampshire gets the go-home of SmackDown going into Extreme Rules. Worcester, Massachusetts, July 16th for the post-Extreme Rules show. Miami, Florida, July 23rd. That's going to be a big one. Expect that to be a big one. July 30th, going out of Memphis. Decent show. I don't know about that one. Detroit, August the 6th gets the go-home for SummerSlam. SummerSlam weekend gets the Toronto gig on August the 13th. And finally, November the 8th. Friday, November the 8th. SmackDown will be in Manchester, England. So bear that in mind, okay? So, all these dates. Doug, why are you going over all these dates? Well, this is where the booking comes in, okay? If I'm effectively booking, when am I going to pop my cork? When am I going to pop my cork on what I plan on booking here, okay? Judging by the locales of all of this and when I'm expecting a cork popping, it's probably not going to be until post Extreme Rules. I'm looking at that Nassau date for Raw. This Nassau date of Uniondale on July 15th is what I'm really looking at right now. This looks to be a real pop date for me. On the SmackDown side, there's not really, the only pop date that I really see is Worcester. This is going to be post Extreme Rules as well. So kind of keep that on your radar. Post Extreme Rules, you're coming out of Nassau and Worcester. They always seem to do shows like that in the Northeast. Okay, they don't really do that kind of stuff in like Indianapolis or Portland or for God's sake, Corpus Christi. Okay, so that's what I'm looking at here. Is if I'm booking, those are going to be the pop dates, immediate pop dates. Miami's not going to get a pop date for July 23rd. Not really. I'm not seeing it. Just not seeing Miami getting the pop date. Nah. And the WWE right now in their television is really overdue for a pop date. Could they execute it? I don't know. To tell you the truth right now, okay, so WWE writing right now, there's been so much talk about how lazy and lackadaisical creative writing has been. Okay. And you can point your finger at who to blame. Velveteen Dream says you should blame the performers. Former performers like Dean Ambrose want you, Jonathan Good wants you to blame the writers because they don't know anything about wrestling. Okay. What we need to understand here is that we are writing for television. These are television shows. Period. If you wanted to do wrestling, then you go wrestle. Go to your armory, and you wrestle. Go to the county fair, and you wrestle. Then you potentially may go to an independent federation. Then you might go to Ring of Honor and New Japan and all of those that do wrestling. They don't do television shows. Okay? So, these are television shows. We're trying to book. We're trying to be writers here. We're trying to make an effective product that's entertaining here. So we got to look at the dates that we're given. But can the writers do an effective pop date coming up for the post-Extreme Rules show coming out of Nassau and Worcester? That's all really dependent on the rosters and the characters that they have. And all of that really is dependent, with Raw and SmackDown specifically, on who the main characters are. Who are the main characters of Raw and SmackDown? Well, that's effectively your champions, right? No. That's effectively the champions. So, who are those? Seth Rollins on Raw. Right now, the program that's going on with Seth Rollins is he's paranoid of Brock Lesnar having the Money in the Bank briefcase. And Baron Corbin is trying to take the title from him, albeit with the help of Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens. Seth Rollins really doesn't have any other help with him. But he is again the main character of Raw. So who is the foil? Who is not only the foil, but if I'm going to book right now for WrestleMania, the number one question I need to ask myself is Seth Rollins going to be champion? And if he is not going to be champion, who do I want to make champion for WrestleMania? Who do I want to make champion? The story about WrestleMania with the Universal title last year was how Brock Lesnar had this title and had just demeaned it. It didn't mean anything now. He never showed it to the fans. And Seth Rollins was the voice of the fans. And he was there to bring the title back and give it what it was meant to have. Showcase on Raw. So, who is it going to be? Well, there's a logical answer to that. That's Braun Strowman. Right? Right. I mean, the guy who at last year's WrestleMania really didn't have that big of an impact that much on WrestleMania. And the year before, he won the tag team titles, but then gave them up the next day. Really? I mean, it is him. But if this is the guy that we want to win the Universal Championship, is he going to win it before, or is he going to win it at some time before WrestleMania? Or is this the character that we try to center around to go into WrestleMania? He's never had WrestleMania plans, but bear in mind that the build for the Braun Strowman character was a lot quicker than what they anticipated. The Braun Strowman character has been with us now effectively for 4 years. He was introduced to us, the Braun Strowman character was introduced to us from the very first Superstar shakeup about 4 years ago after WrestleMania, where they separated out the Wyatt family on SmackDown throughout the WWE universe and sent him to Raw by himself. And it was from there that the Braun Strowman character emerged, with a big thanks to giving him a brand new finisher in the Power Slam. If it weren't for the Power Slam, we would not have Bray Wyatt right now. Okay? If you remember what his initial finisher was of hanging someone on their shoulder and then just dropping them to the mat, not like a Dominator, it was very sloppy. But now, this is the Braun Strowman character. We have had this character now for 3.5 years. Has the WWE finally realized the character that they have here? He's pushing merch. The numbers are up there. He is an effective. He's very, very good. Okay. But how long do you keep the safety off? Or on, for that matter. It's about high time to pull the trigger, right? Before everyone forgets, before he gets injured again. Better take advantage of this spot when you got it. So, it is now time. Yes, Jamel. Now is the time for the Braun run. Okay? When will that happen? Royal Rumble. He'll win the Royal Rumble. Enough said. Who is he going to face for the WWE Universal Championship? It could be Seth Rollins. He could still be champ. I look at it could be Drew McIntyre. It could be a heel of some kind. But I still see when Braun wins the Royal Rumble, Seth Rollins will be the champion. There may be a title change in between now and then involving Drew McIntyre. Sure, you could absolutely have that. Drew McIntyre winning the title off of Seth Rollins when Shane McMahon interferes. Then Seth Rollins has to face Shane McMahon in order to go against Drew McIntyre. Seth Rollins beats Drew McIntyre for the title when Roman Reigns butts in. There you go. You want to have Baron Corbin as champ? Oh, go right ahead. Knock yourself out. But the key to all of this is that it's kind of twofold here. So I want to start off with us saying that we are going to have Braun Strowman win the Royal Rumble facing Seth Rollins for the Universal Championship. That's all I'm saying there. Over on the SmackDown side, Kofi Kingston, WWE Champion. Fantastic story for WrestleMania. Man, it was one of the best feel-good moments they've had at WrestleMania in a very, 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 very long time. But you can't do that kind of story twice. You can't do it. 11 years. You can't do it again. The feel-good moments are done. Kofi Kingston and the New Day are now the main characters of SmackDown. They are going to be once the TV change happens. SmackDown moves to Fox in October. What happens in October is the Clash of Champions pay-per-view. The change over to Fox is going to happen after Clash of Champions, which, by the way, occurs in Sacramento. See how all this is planning out here? The very first episode of SmackDown on Fox is going to be a doozy. And what I mean by a doozy is that a lot of stuff is going to be happening to keep you enthused and engaged in the show on SmackDown. Could be a lot of things. But just like before with Raw, where we talked about Seth Rollins as the main character of Raw, then if you're going to have a WrestleMania match, who is going to be the person on SmackDown that if you're wanting them to go after the title, that it's a good guy? What story are you going to build? What story are you going to build on SmackDown for someone to get the title? Who is that one person? Take a sip of the sources while I change the picture on this one. You don't think they're going to try to put Roman Reigns into the title picture for WrestleMania coming out of SmackDown? You don't think that's going to happen? Come on. It's etched in stone. Roman Reigns is going to have his fun with Shane McMahon. Have some fun, more cross-brand fun with Drew McIntyre coming up on Stomping Grounds. You could see him doing some cross-branding, teaming up with The Miz in between then. But this will happen. Roman Reigns is going to go for the WWE title at WrestleMania. Who will it be against? It's going to have to be a heel. Who you think? My money's right now on Shane McMahon. It's going to happen. It's going to be so bad. Oh, the internet's going to hate it so much. Oh my God, is everyone going to be so angry? But that is not going to happen until October. Shane McMahon will be SmackDown WWE Champion on the very first episode of SmackDown on Fox. Put it down. Lock it. You lock that son of a bitch, and I got the bottle of tequila right here to take down. Shane McMahon will be WWE Champion on the debut episode of SmackDown on Fox. Shane McMahon is the only real big heel on SmackDown. That's absolutely true, Andrew. You're absolutely right in the chat. Okay? So, WrestleMania, Roman Reigns versus Shane McMahon, no brainer. Absolute no brainer. Okay? No brainer at all. Actually sounds kind of fun. What message are you sending to the roster gills? The message I'm sending to my roster, work harder. Becky Lynch did. So what about people that haven't been in the ring? I mean, their name is out there, but they haven't been in the ring in a while. What are we going to do with them? I've got a list of names that have got question marks on them that I don't know what I'm going to do with right now, but have not been in the ring or been performing on television other than doing vignettes or monologues and stuff. So, Alistair Black. What am I doing with this emo, freaking Whitechapel listing guy? What am I doing with this guy? Okay. First off, he's going to be a heel, but he's not going to be as big of a heel as Shane McMahon. He's not going to be in a faction of any kind. Can he be an effective singles competitor is number one, because all we've really known of him is being in tag teams on the main roster. Yes, he was on NXT and he was great. What do we do? I don't know if you can effectively build something, but right now I'm looking at him and Finn Balor for WrestleMania. Alistair Black is a heel. And it won't. I don't see it being for a title. I see an Alistair Black Finn Balor grudge match is what I'm looking at for WrestleMania. It doesn't need to be for a title at all. It doesn't really need to be. Now, what about this guy? Now, Bray Wyatt. What do I do with this guy? And it is awkward as hell vignettes. And what am I going to build with this guy when he comes over to the Raw roster? He's over on the Raw side. So what am I doing with him? How do I build this guy? Okay. I see him finally coming to the ring after Stomping Grounds. I see probably his very first match being at Extreme Rules. I don't know who against. Okay. But at one point or another, he's going to have a match with Seth Rollins. He's going to have a match with every babyface and make them feel as so awkward as possible. He's not going to win. No. But I really don't know what I'm going to do with Bray Wyatt at WrestleMania. Is he like my new attraction piece? Is he going to be the new Undertaker? Is he going to have the brand new the wondrous introductions for everyone? We don't even know what his entrance is going to be. The one thing I do know about the Bray Wyatt character that we cannot make the same mistake of. We can't do it this time around. Bray Wyatt cannot be in a stable. He needs to be on his own. He needs to be on his own. We pigeonholed him having the Wyatt family. Severely pigeonholed him. It hurt him as a character. You want another example? Just look at Way Barra in the Nexus. Okay? We need to have enough confidence, us as writers have to have enough confidence in that Bray Wyatt can carry through on his own. I don't know if he can do it. That's the only thing. I don't know if Bray Wyatt can carry it. He's a fantastic method actor. Don't get me wrong, okay? But if we need him to pull off the Mick Foley method actor vibe, then he's going to really have to carry it out in other matches and other storylines and other programs. When Mick Foley debuted as Mankind, the very first night on Raw, they had him attack The Undertaker, and that catapulted him. That catapulted him up there. That was the very first thing they had him do. Same thing needs to happen with Bray Wyatt. If we're doing a complete reboot on this character, the same thing needs to happen with him. The problem is if that we do that, then we've got to have him jump someone who is just as big as The Undertaker. So who do we have him jump? Braun Strowman. Have Braun Strowman and Bray Wyatt go at it for months on end. Months on end. Oh, put him in some ugly hardcore matches. Put him in garbage matches. Oh, just some really bad garbage matches. Braun Strowman and Bray Wyatt starting it off just having a regular match. It turns ugly. Put him in an ODQ match. Then you do it in a steel cage. I'm putting him in Hell in a Cell on September 15th. You're damn right I'm going to go ahead and book Bray Wyatt, Braun Strowman September 15th. Hell yeah. Give me a Hell in a Cell with those two. That's going to be fun. But this again builds up the Bray Wyatt character and the Braun Strowman character. This protects them both. Okay? What I'm trying to say is that we can do the same thing with Bray and Braun as we did with Undertaker and Mankind. Mankind's debut went after Undertaker. Bray's reclamation goes after Braun. Catapults them. Just catapults them. Turning Bray Wyatt into the method actor that he is, doing garbage matches that he can do, and catapulting Braun into the Phenom status and putting him in the Royal Rumble, winning that, and into the WrestleMania main event. Now, not just men that I'm looking at, but what about the women? There are two talents right now that are not on WWE television on the women's side that I'm looking at that are going to be making a really big impact. And one of them is Nia Jax. ACL reparative surgery on both knees. She's expected to be back by Royal Rumble, but she could be back sooner. Bring her back as a heel. That's number one. Can't be babyface crap. Bring her back as a heel. Not doing the tag team shtick. Bring her back as a straight up heel. And I'm shipping her to SmackDown. I don't want her on Raw. Okay? There's no place for her on Raw right now. Okay? Right now, Raw has its fill with Becky Lynch, Lacey Evans, Alexa Bliss, Nicky Cross. There's that whole thing going on right there. Nia Jax can be sent on over to SmackDown. How do you make her go on over to SmackDown? I'm having her win the Women's Royal Rumble. I'm having Nia Jax win the Women's Royal Rumble, challenging whoever the champion may be at a SmackDown. Who would the SmackDown champion be or whatnot? Bayley, for one. Could Bayley get a long run going into WrestleMania? Probably not. You may see her lose the title, but then get it right back. Charlotte, right now, I believe Charlotte's going to take a break. Okay, they're going to have Charlotte take a break. Nia Jax is going to be challenging the SmackDown Women's Champion. Who is that going to be? Who knows? But the reason for that match is to solidify whoever is the Women's Champion on SmackDown. It's not going to be Asuka. It's not going to be Kairi Sane. It's not going to be Charlotte. You got Bayley. Could be her. Who else? Ember Moon? Maybe? Could you see Mandy Rose or Sonya Deville, take a swerve and become a babyface? Not really. But with this being in Tampa, don't be surprised if the SmackDown Women's Championship match has got Kairi Sane in it in some way, shape, or form. You could definitely see that happening, or you could see Kairi Sane and Asuka winning the women's tag team titles for the first time. I don't see them winning the titles anytime this year. They haven't been on television for the past 4 weeks. So, Nia Jax is a name to think of when it comes to the women's side. The other big name is Ronda Rousey. She's still under contract. She's taken a year hiatus. She's going to come back. Could she win the Royal Rumble? Nah, she doesn't need to. We are eyeballing Rousey Lynch too for the Raw Women's Championship. That's what we're eyeballing right now. This was written a long time ago. Rousey Lynch 2 is going to happen. It will happen. WWE will make it happen. Regardless of how bad the Becky Lynch character is on Twitter and how bad Becky Lynch is on the stick. It's going to happen. They are going to force it. So yeah, got Ronda Rousey, Becky Lynch at WrestleMania. Of course. But the biggest question of it all. What about this guy? The guy with the briefcase. Bork Laser. With the briefcase. What the hell's going on here? Keep saying he's going to cash it in. He doesn't cash it in. Keep saying he's going to do it and he doesn't. No, it's not going to be on Monday. It's going to be on Friday. No, it's not going to be on Friday. I'm not even going to show up on Monday. What's going to be? I'm going to make this simple for you and make it ultra, ultra sweet. What you are looking at is the full circle storytelling greatness of the WWE. And it's happening right now. It's coming full circle. Why people aren't talking about this, I do not get. The boy is cashing in at WrestleMania. He wants revenge for Seth Rollins cashing in on him at WrestleMania during his match against Roman Reigns. That's what he wants. But he's not doing it before it. He's going to do it the same way Seth Rollins did during the match. Okay? Which means Bork Laser has to have a match during WrestleMania or something for us to keep our mind off of Bork Laser, or we are not going to see Bork Laser for a very, very, very long time. Anticipate no mention of Brock Lesnar for the entire beginning of 2020. Brace yourself for it. There are 2 ways that you can get your surprise Money in the Bank cash in. It's either you have the performer with the briefcase continuously doing stuff that has nothing to do with the title that he's trying to chase for, or you make him vanish into thin air and no one mentions him. Seth Rollins, when he was Money in the Bank briefcase holder, was constantly doing stuff that had nothing to do with the title in particular. It was just him having the briefcase, and he had the J&J security with him, and he would have his programs with Dean Ambrose and Randy Orton, stuff to keep us forgetting that he had that briefcase. It was a nice little diversion. The opposite's going to happen with Bork. Lesnar is going to be off TV for a long time. You will not see Lesnar for at least 3 or 4 months before WrestleMania. There will be no mention of him throughout the first of the calendar year of 2020. Andrew's saying if we want Braun to be champ, how do we avoid Brock ending up? No. The point of this is not for Braun to get the belt. The point of this is for Braun to be in the position to get it, to chase, to put Braun in the position that he has the best opportunity to get it, and it slips through his fingers at the hands of someone that was not because of his doing. Braun Strowman is now Roman Reigns. Seth Rollins is now Brock Lesnar, and Brock Lesnar is now Seth Rollins. That's what we're aiming for here. A continuous loop is what we're looking at here with this storytelling for WrestleMania. Brock Lesnar will cash in on WrestleMania in the championship match between Seth Rollins and Braun Strowman. And he'll do it before the match begins. He's going to slug someone with that briefcase. He's going to toss it. He'll get in, kick out. Braun is pissed, and it's on. Now, whether that cash-in happens before the match or during the match, it's kind of irrelevant, to tell you the truth. But that's what's going to happen. This is how the WWE gets it right in storytelling. They're doing it right now. The cards are lined up. It's happening right now. There is no way that they could screw this up. But then again, it's WWE, and an injury will happen, and they'll get a lead foot and slam on the gas and give us Brock Lesnar, Braun Strowman 6 months before they really wanted to. Hey, here's the wishful thinking, right? But what do we know? We know a lot because we know a lot about professional wrestling, right? Yeah. Oh, by the way, what's going to happen with AJ Styles? Oh, who knows? What's going to happen with, oh God, I got other names on here. What's going to happen with Ricochet and Cesaro and Andrade and I don't know. Fatal 4-way for the mid-level belt. Squash match for the mid-level belt. Tag team title matches are going to be on the pre-show. Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal for everyone else to get a paycheck. What you need to pay attention to now are the grudge matches. I've laid out for you the main events. I've laid out for you the 4 major main events. 2 for each gender, for each major title involving those genders. I've laid it all out. Now the fun part begins. What kind of grudge match are we going to get? But prepare yourself. That's what I'm saying right now is what's going to happen for what I've got for WrestleMania on the main event side. Okay, the Bork cash in on Seth Rollins versus Braun Strowman. I've got on the SmackDown side Shane McMahon versus Roman Reigns for that title. I've got Nia Jax versus probably Bayley. Bayley or Ember Moon, or maybe one of the Japanese chicks of some kind. It's going to be a 4-way maybe of some kind, but involving Nia Jax on the SmackDown side And on the Raw side, we're getting Rousey Lynch too. Period. Enough said. Oh, yeah, and what's Triple H's match going to be? I don't know. He's going to get a boner after watching someone. It's probably going to be Triple H Ricochet. It's probably what we'll get. He gets a boner when he sees really great matches happening and he wants to interject himself into them. He's done it all the time. Triple H Ricochet is probably what's going to happen. Yeah. And then we'll see Triple H turn it into a mat-based match and destroy everything that Ricochet has built himself up to be. There you go. How's that for a prediction? That's going to do it for this episode of Wrestleview Weekly. I really don't give a damn about my background anymore, so I'm just going to turn it off. There you go. Next week is the go-home episode for Stomping Grounds. And you know what that means. We got to make predictions. We got to know our shit about professional wrestling because we got the sources. Oh my gosh, I need to fill up my sources. I need to fill up my sources. But as you always know, when I do the predictions, I make lock predictions. If I get some of those lock predictions wrong, we do a shot of the tequila on the follow-up show. So, come on in for next week's episode. Help me make the correct choices. I really hate tequila. I really do. But try to coerce me into making horrible decisions. Come on, you know you can. Just hop into the chat room. If you haven't subscribed to our YouTube channel on the WrestleView, why haven't you? You're not that horrible of a person. Go ahead and do it. Come on, you're a nice person. I know you are. You smell nice. Do it. Okay? Be a nice person. Also, if you're listening to me on the SoundCloud and the Spotify and the iTunes, thank you so much for tuning in. Everyone in the chat room, let yourselves be known because you are all awesome people. Nafisa Dot, Andrew Gills, CJ. Oh, Quentin was in there. Kit is in there listening to me at work. Please don't get fired. Jama's in there. Who else is in there? Everyone say who you are. Thank you so much for listening, everybody. Tune in next week for the go-home episode of Stomping Grounds where I make horrible decisions in life. Well, maybe not. It won't be horrible decisions in life. It'll be great decisions in entertainment, though. Yes. And also stay tuned for post-Stomping Grounds, where Mike and myself will be discussing the men in shiny pants clutching each other in melodramatic conflict to solve stuff. Solve the drama. Again, thank you all so much for watching and listening, everyone. And as always, know when you're being sold to.